Earlier this week on City News, we looked at concerns over the accuracy of election polls and if you can trust them. Well, since our story aired, some new guidelines have been issued by a Canadian Market Research Association. Basically, they want their members to be more transparent, to release how they collect the data that they're sharing with us, the media, and with you, the public.
This is the first time in Canada that we've actually had standards put in place. They can put all the polling firms on a level playing field where they have to show all the same stuff. And so you can actually compare apples with apples. And it may not mean a lot to people who are just the public, but what it does mean is that you can tell how everybody does their homework. It can allow people to look at this, including journalists and others, and say, how did you get your numbers?
What would you say to some companies who might not want to adhere to these new conditions that might say this is our proprietary information?
If you're going to be releasing polls during an election time frame, particularly in a democracy, there's nothing proprietary about transparency. And I think that anything where you can get more transparent, especially in an age of fake news, and accountability is better for democracy. The people at the MRIA have got their hearts in the right place.
John Wright is a pollster and also sits on the Standard Committee for Canada's Marketing and Research Intelligence Association. The association's website has 20 market research firms listed as members on their website. Wright says those who don't comply will be kicked out. Some of the new requirements include disclosing who sponsored the survey or poll if it is different from who conducted it, the method used to conduct it. The measures have the backing of this country's Radio Television Digital News Association, though there are firms that are not part of the MRIA, like Main Street Research, who argue that they do adhere to the rules, but don't think they should be strong-armed by an association to share some information they deem proprietary.
This is a battle, it's very public. I've been outspoken in terms of saying that some proprietary information shouldn't be made public and that no association should be able to force. In fact, it's contrary to Canadian law. We've taken this to the Competition Bureau in the past. It's not that we don't agree with the disclosure. It's not that we don't agree with the code of conduct. The way they're going about it, simply can't agree that it's dishonest. It's an industry association that is trying to protect its interests, the interests of the few big public opinion research players in Canada. We can't agree. I won't protect the interests of the 20th century pollsters.
Main Street Research is part of an international association, though John Wright, who you just heard from earlier, is hoping to take this one step further and request that the media only report polls from media or from market research companies who are adhering by these guidelines and are part of the MRIA. Now, if you want to see more on the guidelines, we've got a full write-up on our website, citynews.ca/vote.